Hey guys, so today I'm going to go over my recent $250 K98 rifle that I've got and what I'm planning on doing with it.
This day is set upon a mighty endeavor, a struggle to preserve our civilization and to set free a suffering humanity.
Alright guys, so like I said, I picked up this K98. In another video you'll see I picked up a M1 carbine for 250 bucks. It was honestly it was in great shape. It was a re-welded receiver. Part of the receiver weld was starting to crack, so you know that was the issue he was having. So picked it up super cheap. Probably gonna get it fixed up. But in the corner of his house, he also had this. This is a BYF 1943. Condition is not too terribly bad. I will say that the bore is a sewer pipe. I mean, it's just trashed. But overall, it is a matching barreled receiver. The rear sight was really nice on it. It's all correct. Now, this does look a little dry. It's got a cracked handguard. Not a big deal. The finish is not the best, but again, we're talking a $250 K98. It is import marked, so again, not a huge deal. But basically, and then also on the rear of this here, give me a second, I've also got a little crack here, but it is not a terrible crack. This is still a very solid firearm. So my first step on this rifle was really gritty and nasty. And again, you may hate me for this, but basically what I did, I completely broke this down. I stripped it clean because there was active corrosion in it. And I took soap, dish detergent, hot water, and took it in the shower, and I completely cleaned and scrubbed every single piece of this rifle. And you should have seen the brown, black awfulness that came off of this rifle. Toothbrush and cleaner. And again, do I recommend that for every firearm, for every situation? No, I don't. I don't think that's the right necessary SOP for firearms in every situation. But in this case, this rifle was very dirty. And so basically decided to do that to basically neutralize any of the corrosion that we had going in the gun. Again, y'all may hate that, but that was my process. So basically this is going to be a reenactor K98 for me. I looked online, and basically when I used that dish soap, it took everything off the stock, which is really nice. I actually kind of like that. I looked on some K98 websites, some forums, and they recommended this. This is I believe a one-step solution for staining military firearms. And they said that the stain is very close to the original K98 finish. So I'm gonna disassemble this rifle, and we're going to show you guys how it turned out. Alright guys, so I got this off, almost. Let's see, come on, this little nose cap always gives me a little bit of problem. Come on. But if you're going to restain a rifle, I would get all this off, 100%, come on, there we go, you want to. Okay, alright, and the reason this is a little oily is because I had a bayonet on it, and The bayonet was actually frozen, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. I had a K98 bayonet, and this little release button had seized in place. I put a little bit of oil on it, just let it sit there, and I kind of stuck it on the K98 just to let it have a place to rest, and it finally, the oil penetrated and it released it. So we now have our fully disassembled stock. I'm gonna leave the takedown disc in there, but everything else except for the recoil rod, the recoil support is out of there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this thing into the shower, a little bit of steel wool and some hot water, and just get any kind of remaining oil or grease or remnants of anything on here. Now I will say this stock actually, don't know if you can see it, does still have some of the, yeah, if you guys can see that, there is a waffle proof. Very faint. Very faint. There's one, and there's one. So we're going to be a little careful of those. I know they're very hard to read if they're even legible. I personally can't tell. But they are military, German military proofs, so that's pretty cool. I mean, you can definitely make out the swastika and the eagle and swastika there. You can see the W there. Don't know the number. But going off of this 63, you can go off of the maker's mark, so who made this stock. So pretty cool. So we're going to get this thing cleaned up, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so again, you guys may call me a Bubba for this, but I probably am. I probably am a Bubba. I don't know. But all I know is that I am taking this rifle and I'm trying to completely remove it of any oils. I'm actually going to drain this. You can see how dirty that water is already. And basically this rifle is going to be completely removed of any gunk, oils, anything. Alright guys, so we gave it that final rinse. Let me turn on my light here. And it obviously looks a lot darker now because the wood's wet. But I actually am hoping that stain might make it look like that. That's a pretty good color. So basically as soon as this dries, which we're going to give it probably a half an hour, and once it dries, we'll start putting some stain on it and seeing how it goes. I'm probably going to start off with the handguard. Now this handguard is cracked pretty significantly. Eventually I'm probably going to try and save this with wood glue and some other repair methods. But for now, you know, it's a reenactor, you know, so if this does finally break and give way, it's not really a big deal. You know, this is just a reenactor K98 that's going to get beat up and damaged, so I don't want the best and brightest, you know, stuff in the field. So if this does get damaged, it's not a huge deal to me. Okay guys, so this is the final product. I think it turned out really good. It's really hard to see in this, but honestly it turned out really beautiful. It's almost like a cherry color. And again, this is a beater rifle that I'm going to use for reenacting, so you know it's not perfect at all, but I think this turned out really good. I was really happy with it. We're going to see, I oiled it too, and that really helped. So basically, to summarize, I completely stripped this down with soap and water, hot water in a bath, scrubbed it with steel wool, toothbrush, all that kind of stuff. Then my next process was to stain it, let it dry and stain it, put several coats on there, wiped it off, wiped it on and spread it around evenly. I let it dry, and then I got it on there very, very thick. And you may say to yourself, well, I don't want to put it on super thick and darken the wood, but that's okay, because what happened after that was I took the steel wool after I put it on thick, and I kind of rubbed it out a little bit and lightened it up, and it also evened it out a lot more. And then after that, I took oil and soaked it, and it turned out great. So very, very happy with the result of that. That was like I think a $20 bottle of stain, and I think it greatly, greatly helped. This rifle will see a lot more nicks and dings in its life, but I think for now, it's definitely gonna not make me look like a total bubba when I show up at a reenactment, I think. So, but you guys take it easy. Appreciate you checking out this video. If you guys like and subscribe for more.